Alright, welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're going to be breaking down the Kruleboyz Swamp-Lurkers. And this is the Christmas Battleforce for the Orruk Warclans for Age of Sigmar. Today we're going to be breaking down the composition of the box set, the variations of the ways you could build it, points-wise, how it pairs with the starter set. In this case, we're going to look at Dominion, and then of course what we would use to fill out the full 2,000 point army if we went from there. So first off, let's take a look at the breakdown. And if you're curious about the prices and value of these boxes as well, I'll put a link up in the top right corner where you can go check those out. We did a full breakdown of the amount of value savings over MSRP for these boxes. And in this case, it is quite a bit. Also, if you were to buy just the Vulture and the Skumdrekk beast, the Vulture is 150 and the Skumdrekk beast is 60. So that's 210, which is the MSRP for this box. So you basically get the 3 Manskew Boltboyz and the 10 gutrippaz for free. So great deal right there. So now that we've set everything in the box, let's go ahead and take a look. But clearly we see we have our 10 Orc Kruleboyz, we have the 3 Manskew Boltboyz, we have the Vulture, and then we have the Skumdrekk beast. All right, so let's take a look here. So we have 2 options for the 2 big kits here. First we have Swamp Boss Skumdrekk, and he is a character, or alternatively you can build the kit as the Snatcha Boss on Skumdrekk beast. Regardless of which option you go with, it's 290 points for Skumdrekk. And then on to the Vulture next. So you have 2 different ways you can build this one. You could build the character, Gobsprak, the Mouth of Mork for 260 points. Or you could build the killaboss on Corpse Rippa Vulture for 220 points. So you do have a couple options there. And then next we have the gutrippaz. You're going to get 10 of the gutrippaz in the set. They are going to come with the hand weapons or spears and then also shields. So the cool thing about this set is this is the full kit. So if you do have some of the easy to build models, they only came with the option for spears. These have alternatives as well. And then finally we have the 3 Boltboyz. So we have the Manskew Boltboyz, 120 points for 3 of those, and very strong unit. So if we go ahead and total all these units up, we get a total of 790 to 830 points. So only about 40 points worth of variance. This is not necessarily a viable or good starting army, but this is more of an expansion to go on if you already have the Dominion set. So if we were going to buy multiples of this set, would that be viable? Definitely not, in my opinion. You already have too many behemoth units, and you're not going to want to just have 2 each of these guys. You're not going to be able to field them in normal size games, etc. So 2 of these, I would say no. What about Dominion? So they don't have a start collecting box or a Vanguard box for the Kruleboyz right now. So your real option is they came in the starter set, Dominion, or if you didn't pick up Dominion, they're in the other starter sets as well. I would definitely recommend Dominion because you can get it now pretty regularly for about $100. And that comes with a big rule book for the game, everything else you need to play, and then it comes with 2 full armies, the Stormcast half, which is about like 1,300 points, and then the Kruleboyz half as well, which is like 900 points. So let's take a look at that. All right, so here we have the Kruleboyz half of Dominion. And the best part about this is the actual Dominion box set was $200 MSRP. And they just made so many of them. You can buy the full box for $100 right now. Sometimes even cheaper than that. And this is quite a bit of models right here. So if we just take a look at the breakdown for the Dominion set, the killaboss on Nashtooth is 150. The killaboss with stabba is 110. The Merkanob with banner is 95. The Swamp Shaman is 105. And then 10 gutrippaz is 160. 20 slittaz, the hobgrots, are 160 as well. And then we have 3 of the Boltboyz for 120. And that comes out to exactly 900 points. Doesn't actually come with any options you can swap out, but you can just not take certain units if you don't need them. So for the 900 points right here for $100, you honestly can't beat this. And to tell you the truth, this has clearly been taken into account when GW was designing this Christmas box. So if we just flip back over here, we'll see the combined total now of one Dominion set plus this box is 1,690 points to 1,730 points. So now you have the better part of an army, and you have the option to basically fill out the 2,000 points. Now you could branch out into some of the other orcs. You have your Iron Jaws. The Mega Boss on Maw Crusher is super awesome. It's like a big beefy dude riding a dragon. tons and tons of cool options. But for this, we'll just focus on if you're going to fill it out specifically with the Kruleboyz and the newer models. So the next thing you're going to need for 2,000 points is 10 more gutrippaz. Because they're a battle line unit, you need 3 battle line units. You'll have 1 from this set, you have 1 from Dominion, and you're going to need 1 more for a 30 total gutrippaz. Next we have the Beast Skewer. So the Beast Skewer is essentially your range unit, but it has a single shot, but it's very, very strong. So against something like Gargants, you're going to have potential to do a ton of wounds. Pretty much anything with a lot of wounds can really take some damage from this. So basically, you know, if you hit this thing, it's 2 plus you roll a d6 for each wound that the creature you hit has, and for each 5 up, they take another wound. So if something, let's say like a Gargant gets hit and it has, you know, 30 plus wounds, you would technically roll 30 dice, and for each 5 up, it would take a wound, and then you would add 2 to it at the end with a maximum, I believe it is, of 10. So it can do some serious damage. Basically, you know, 10 damage off of a big beefy boy. Definitely really nice. So Beast Skewer is definitely an option. Alternatively, or additionally, you could pick up 3 more of the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. Now you already have 2 squads of 3. You have the ones that came in the Dominion set. You have the ones that came in this set, which is the full kit, which is super cool. And then possibly you want 3 more as well. So maybe you want 2 Dominion sets, possibly. Because if you were going to buy some gutrippaz on their own, or another squad of Man-Skewer Boltboyz, you could probably get a decent little box of them pretty cheap, or a few sprues of them pretty cheap. But alternatively, you could just buy another Dominion set. And the final option I'd be looking at here is Myrebrute Troggoth. He is pretty strong. You already have quite a few leader units in your army, so maybe not the best idea to be taking a bunch more leader units. But the Myrebrute Troggoth looks super cool, and also has some pretty cool rules as well. You can basically like pull back on the reins, roll a d3, and the Troggoth, the mount, takes a d3 mortal wounds, and then however many mortal wounds, you multiply that by 2, and that's how many additional attacks you get. So if you roll a 2 on the d3 or a 3 on the d3, you're going to get either 4 or 6 extra attacks respectively. So if you roll a 3, sure, he takes 3 mortal wounds, but now all of a sudden you have 10 attacks. So you can do some pretty brutal stuff. It also has the ability to heal and everything if it survives. So pretty cool. There's lots of ways you could take a Kruleboyz army. I think overall, though, this is a really, really nice set. It's a good value. You can basically build this army for almost cheaper than anything. I think essentially right now, you could build a Stormcast Eternals army or Kruleboyz army for cheaper than anything else out there, specifically because of the Dominion set and how heavily discounted it is. So when it's all said and done, I think this is a great box. I think it combines perfectly with the Dominion set, potentially even 2 Orruk Dominion sets. So if you have somebody that wants to play Stormcast, you guys could each buy a set for $100. You could swap, give them all the Stormcast, you take all the Kruleboyz. You basically have, at that point in time, 2,000 points. You're ready to go. You throw this on top, and for what amounts to, you know, $100 for 1 Dominion set that you split with your buddy and traded off the Stormcast for the Kruleboyz. So now you have double Kruleboyz for $100, and then you buy this box set for $210. Maybe you even get a little discount on top of it. You know, you're basically talking about $280 for about 2,800 points in Kruleboyz. So you really can't beat it. Really nice set. It's going to be fun. Is it going to be super competitive? Well, no. Obviously, we know with the Meta Watch, Kruleboyz are basically on the bottom. It doesn't mean they're not going to get picked up real soon. So keep an eye out for that. I think when it's all said and done, this is a super cool army. All the models are basically brand new. You can get it for cheaper than basically anything else out there. And it's super cool. It looks awesome and would be fun to play. So that's it for today's breakdown for the Kruleboyz Swamp-Lurkers, the Battleforce Orruk Warclans from the Christmas box sets for Age of Sigmar. Make sure to check out the other video breakdowns for all of the Sigmar sets, the 40k sets. Not only the breakdowns like this with points and army viability, but we also have a video with the breakdown of value as well. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. If you have anything to add, if you're a Kruleboyz player, or I said anything wrong, or you make any corrections, or you have any recommendations, please leave that down below so other people can find that. Really helps out people, especially if you are a dedicated Kruleboyz player. You have the inside workings of the army, I'm sure, much more toned in than I do. But that being said, we do put out daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop game content. So make sure to check out those videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. That's it for today with our Christmas box breakdown. I am Warhammer Man. This is Warhammer Man Studios, and I'm out of here.